Hey guys, it's Spoot from Fort Misery Gaming. Today we are on Sinoalice again. I don't really know what else you would expect us to do at this point, but here we are. We love you. We are commiserating the Little Pigs banner announcement since we have skipped everything else. No Dorothy, no Minpin. God, I hate you, Zen. So there's a lot to digest here. So it is very obvious that whatever the Japanese releases were, we cannot use them at timeline value anymore, nor can we always take them as gospel for what's in them. So the thing I want to preface with this is any of these weapons are likely to change and possibly could change. So double check the banner and make sure that these are the same things before you start pulling, because these are just as is. We will be doing a review of the guild box when it comes out, so I'll probably do an update for the should you pull in the same banner, or in the same video, just in case things change massively. I do not expect them to, but big ol' Reddit shrug. So we have the Powder Grinder of Gluttony, which is coming from our favorite little piggies, the Three Little Piggies, which is the first new character we've had since Mermaid. We normally, in JP, they got Dorothy first. In Global, we are getting the Trace Petite Piggies. Trois Petite. I don't know what piggies is in French, so somebody can leave that in the comments for me. Or I'll just, translate it later. It's fine. So, you get Breaker Piggies as the class on the banner. It's, pretty good, I guess. If you need physical defense on Vanguard, like if you don't have enough classes that really have it, without going into Arcana, you have 300 defense, and if you go into Arcana, you get an extra 400, so it's 700 physical defense if you Arcana 1 this thing, which is, bonkers. So, even if you're not a Breaker, if you're a Vanguard class, it might be worth throwing a couple of multis down this hole just to see if you can get her, because that's a lot of physical defense for the Vanguard. I don't know if you should chase the Three Little Pigs. The weapon's fine, but it's not great. It's got 5k stats, which is okay. You've got tier 2 physical debuff on the Kalos skill, and it has tier 3 leeching, which is actually okay. It's a 19 cost L, so there are significantly worse options in the pool. This one is actually an okay sword. It is not great. It is okay. The thing that, if they don't change it, you want to be chasing is the Mace of the Deep Seas, the Crusher weapon in this banner. This thing is nuts. So you've got potentially 2 targets. It's like every other range, or every other AoE weapon in the game. You have a potential to hit 2 enemies. You also get a double buff on yourself, both physical and magic. It's not a crazy amount. I think it's like 200-ish. Vanguard self-buffs are never great. I would have to actually check the Coliseum notes to figure out what they turn into, but that's math I'm not getting into for the day. We're bad at it. So it is a Dauntless Courage 2 target, possible 2 target, 2 buff hammer at 5200 stats. The magical attack I'm kind of on, that kind of sucks, but it's 1700 physical attack, which is a lot. And if you end up pulling any dupes on it, it just goes up sort of exponentially. So it goes up 100 per, so you're looking at 400 stats a level. Maybe a little less than 370, maybe? Yeah, it looks like it's 370 a level for total stats, so it's not too bad. It's a good hammer. Like, if you're looking to go Crusher, this one's pretty solid. Like, I can definitely push this one into, like, hey, maybe we should do this one. Not bad. If you're going to chase something, chase that. Staff of Blessings is okay. You have a chance of increasing physical defense of a Vanguard, so that's fine. It's tier 2. Which is better than you think. It's also just shy of 5200 stats. It is a 2 allies tier 2 heal. You don't have a lot of those floating around, and with the stat package, The defense on this is actually super low for a staff. So, like, stat-wise, it's not great. Like, you've got insane amounts of attack on a cleric staff, which are... It's whatever, you don't need those stats, you need the defensives. So, I guess it's fine. You do increase magic attack by a small amount, unless you've got a paladin or a gunner. It's just number padding, I guess. So the staff is okay. If you don't have another 2 heal, this is probably one to try to throw in to get some. We are going to be coming up on the Invaders banner and a couple of other things within the month, so I would keep an eye out, especially because we've got the Grimoire box, the Guild box coming out soon, which we think is just going to have the Iron Wrought weapons in it, not the Evil God weapons, but data miners have said various things, so we'll have to wait until that actually comes out to figure out exactly what is in it. But I would mostly tell people that they may be able to skip a couple of banners by grabbing the SRs off of those. So that is it for the 3 little pigs. Should you pull? Man, no. If you're a crusher, yeah, probably. Clerics have an okay staff on there. Breakers, like, overall, this is probably a better banner for DPS for Vanguard than we've seen in a little bit. Because even if you just get the class and you're not using swords, it's still an okay sword and the class stats are real good. Like 300 defense, physical defense, just on Vanguard is a huge jump in capability. And if you're going Crusher, the mace is pretty good. So Breakers, I would lean towards yes. Vanguard in general, I would probably lean towards yes because of the class. Crushers more so. And then Clerics, I would say the Invaders. Let's take a look at the Invaders. I don't think they have the banner on here, so I'll have to hunt it down. I don't remember if the Space Invaders has a staff on it. The weapons in that collab are sort of mediocre anyway, so I'm not, like, particularly sold on it, but we can deal with that when it comes out. We're still looking at another week or two before we even get close. So that is it. Too long, didn't read. Should you pull Crushers in Vanguards? Middling to yes. Breakers, maybe. Clerics, maybe. Everybody else, skip it. Unless they add something in on update that is like, hey, we're throwing a book in here that's really, really good. Then Minstrels, Sorcerers, as usual, we get to skip all of it. So, yay! All right, that's it. Don't get miserable.